This week on Steel Horse Thunder, we're at Southside Harley-Davidson for the Ride to Fight Suicide.
Of the 10 leading causes of death, suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in our country, and it's the only one where the numbers of loss continue to rise. And it's the most grossly underfunded leading cause of death out of the 10.
Then we head to Thursday Night Bike Night. We get an update about the Miracle Ride, and we also get to talk to Parker Norris's dad. He's a flat track racer who was critically injured out at Terre Haute during a race.
They had to hook him up to a special machine called an ECMO machine, which, from what I understand, is a lifesaver.
All that and much more this week on Steel Horse Thunder.
Hey, Scotty, we're getting old, buddy.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
Motorcycle riders want the freedom of the open road. Unfortunately, other motorists often do not give riders the proper attention the law requires. Call us at Leidendorf Law. Like family, because we are.
Vince, what do we have to look forward to this year with Flat Out?
Man, I'm trying to do something every weekend. Even if it's not a big, huge event, I just want people to have some place to go. Because I know sometimes I get on my bike and I'm like, where am I going to head? You know what I mean? So just about every Saturday, check our Facebook page, Flat Out Motorcycles. There's something on the print every Saturday, either an open house or an event. Today, our Indian Motorcycle Ride group met up here with some people that weren't involved in the group, and they rode up for the Run for the Sun up in Anderson.
Obviously, you have this beautiful Indian showroom floor that you guys have here, but there's so much more than that here at Flat Out.
There is. I mean, Kawasaki, Yamaha for your street bike stuff. If you've got, if you play in the mud or you got a farm, we got the Polaris, the Can-Ams. I mean, there's really something here for everybody. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be just motorcycles. You've got other hobbies that involve power sports, it's here.
Hey man, it's a Sunday morning. We're up here at Southside Harley-Davidson. Cindy, what's going on today?
This is the Ride to Fight Suicide, and it's an honor to see all the people out here that came out for this ride, because this is an emotional ride for a lot of people.
It is, and it's unfortunate there are so many riders out here because that's how many people are affected by suicide. And this year, 36 Saloon has come on board to support and sponsor all of these charity rides. They come along for the fun ones, and we have some like this right here that aren't so fun. But without 36 Saloon in Rockville, Indiana, beautiful Park County, it's Indiana's premier motorcycle destination ride. And I just thank them for coming on board for even these kind of rides that are a little more serious.
So Dreama, that is so cool that your name's Dreama. My sister's name's Dreama. I see the tattoos on your arm. Can you tell me what that represents to you?
This right here is for my dad. It's my dad committed suicide back in '97, April 17th of '97, and then I lost a friend to suicide just a few years ago. And his name was Chad Shaw. He meant a lot to me. I've grown up with him, and my dad was my world. So, of course, my shirt says it all on the back.
I saw your shirt. That's pretty amazing.
He is the best. He is my world. He was my world. It's on his death certificate that he committed, and it was a sad day. I was called and told to go to the house because something was going on with my dad, and I pulled up there, and there was all kinds of police and fire trucks and everything at the house, and I couldn't get up in the driveway, so I parked across the street at my grandma's house, and before I got to the road, my mom said, "Your dad is gone." So I fell down in the road and just started crying.
My heart breaks for you because I can't even imagine what that feeling must have been like, but just know today that your dad is looking down on you, and he's riding with you today.
Yes. I know that. I do feel it. Yeah.
So Lacey, we're here at this ride today. Tell me what brings you out.
I've lost a couple of my friends to suicide, and I know a couple more people that have tried it before, so I just want to bring awareness to it.
How did you find out about the ride?
My dad found out about it last year.
Well, we're glad to see you out here, because that's what it's all about, is to go out and bring awareness so that others can know there's help out there for them. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
So Chip, You're here today for the Ride to Fight Suicide. Tell me what brings you out here today.
We just wanted to do all we could to support the prevention and to help get people the word out that there is help.
And I know that you told me a little story just a minute ago, and I don't know if you want to share that or not, but if it helps one of the people who are fighting to stay alive, it may help them.
Well, I've got a close family member that's dealing with some issues right now, and it just seemed to hit home at the right time, and I just want to do my little part.
We appreciate it. It's an honor to have you guys out here, and I know that the Army community, not Army, but the military are losing 22 people a day to suicide, and so we want to bring awareness to it, and so I'm thankful that you're here today in honor of that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you all doing what you can to get the word out, and I'll do my part thereafter out of here. Just try to bring awareness, double this crowd next time.
Hey man, Southside Harley-Davidson, it is the Ride to Fight Suicide. Dan Yohe, you are our official realtor of Steel Horse Thunder. What brings you out to this particular ride?
Well, a couple things. Obviously, I said in the beginning, I lost my sister back in December to suicide. So I want to bring support and awareness to families, any help we can give them, obviously. And of course, law enforcement, our veterans, any first responders that need our assistance, our community needs them and they need us. Yeah. So anything we can do for them, I'm on board with.
Are you amazed at the amount of motorcycles here in this parking lot?
Yeah, and it's great. It's wonderful to see a community pull together. They have for all the other charities that we've done so far, and it's just wonderful. It's great.
Well, I know the Bombs were on board this year to help lead this ride, and I know they get a lot of support from the police, local police, in the different towns that we go through. And I know that was your area of expertise back 11 years, or for about 11 years, right?
Indeed, yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, it sucks that we're a part of this family that's here, but it's kind of nice to see the support that is being raised up now, and the fact that people aren't afraid to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we need to encourage our community to do, is to be open and to be able to reach out and grab somebody's hand and say, I'm here for you.
So Lisa, this is a big ride today. Tell me how much work you put into it, because I know you put a great deal of work into it.
We started a year ago. So a little bit of work, yeah. It's always cool to see all the pieces come together. You hammer away a little bit at a time all year long, and then you see it all come together in 1-2 hour period, and it's pretty remarkable.
Well, it's remarkable today because there is a huge amount of bikes out here today.
There are a lot of bikes out here, and they're still coming.
They are. This is the Suicide Awareness Ride. Can you tell me, I know the ride is called Ride to Fight Suicide, but it is for awareness. So can you tell me what the stats are that you know of right now?
Yes. We lose over 44,000 Americans by suicide each year. Of the 10 leading causes of death, suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in our country, and it's the only one where the numbers of loss continue to rise. And it's the most grossly underfunded leading cause of death out of the 10. For instance, the Zika virus got $1 billion in funding from the federal government and has literally only had 2 or 3 deaths. And suicide gets about 33 million a year in funding, and most of that comes from private funding.
That's amazing because I know that everybody here has been affected in some way or another, and I know that probably you almost don't hear of anybody that's not affected by it these days, because it is so widely, and even in the military, there's so many that are committing suicide right now. So it's a huge thing. So I'm so glad that we have this ride that brings awareness and raise funds to help that.
What's interesting, 3 weeks ago, we had 2 celebrity deaths by suicide that made a lot of media, had a lot of conversation happening, but we lost 859 other Americans that same week that nobody heard about.
I understand we have somewhat of a celebrity in the house. I understand you're riding all over the country in support of suicide prevention.
Yes, sir. I wouldn't say celebrity. I'm just another guy doing what I can. But yeah, I'm riding 100,000 miles to help raise awareness for suicide and suicide prevention.
So obviously there must be a personal story here somewhere for somebody to step up and do something like this.
There is. I retired out of the Marine Corps after 18 years. I had suicidal ideations and thoughts myself. It runs in my family. I'm tired of losing my fellow Marines. I'm tired of hearing somebody like Chester Benningfield or, Kate Spade just passed away. We've had 3 notable suicides this year alone, and I'm tired of hearing that. I'm tired of seeing that pain perpetuate.
And so what made you decide to come up with the whole 100,000 mile thing?
The 100,000 was just a number, but I like to ride motorcycle, and I like to talk to people and go new places and talk to different people in different places, experience different things. So it kind of clicked that this is how I'm going to get the message out there in a way that I can convey it easily.
Man, that's all right. So where are you originally from? Where'd you start this whole journey from?
I started January 1st down in San Diego County in California. I've been in 40 states so far. I'm going to hit those last 8 states by the 21st of next month. Jersey will be my last state. And I've been on the road, like I said, since January 1st, ridden over 61,000 miles.
Wow. Man, that is just unbelievable. I think it's amazing what you're doing here, and you're doing it all on the motorcycle. Do you have a chase truck with a trailer or anything?
No, it's just me and the bike. It's a 2018 Road King, so if I have any issues, it's still under warranty. I make a call and go. The only thing I've had so far has been tires. I've lost 2 tires so far. So
yeah, and that's going to happen, and I'm sure you're going to lose a few more before it's all said and done.
Oh, I don't doubt that, actually. They get expensive, but Dunlop helped me out. They just sent me a tire for free the other day, so I'm okay with that. It's appreciated. I've got a lot of really good sponsors. They're all helping me out with other odds and ends here and there, social media exposure, get the message out there. But it's overall, my retirement, my disability is what's paying for the majority of the trip. So.
Dude, my hat's off to you, man. That's just fantastic what you're doing. I personally have experienced suicide myself with my oldest son. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for what you're doing.
Thank you guys for what you're doing, and thank you for the support.
What brought you out to this ride?
To stop suicide. Good cause.
Yeah. Now, have you personally been affected by it, or?
Not personally, but I know people that have been, so that's why we're out here.
And that's the cool part right there. That's what this whole ride has been about. It used to be called Silence the Stigma, and that's what happens is people that have gone through it, and what happens is when you go through it yourself, nobody's there for you. And now we're finally breaking that, we're ending that silence now where people are able to talk about it. And that's what, you have no idea how important it is for you to be out here on a ride like this.
Yeah, sure do. It's very important. Between the military and people that suffer from depression and everything else in life, it's a big issue.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a big issue. That's why there's so many bikes out here in the parking lot. It does look like the Miracle Ride with all these bikes out here. But, man, tell me a little bit about the Sword Brotherhood.
We're out of Brooklyn, Indiana. Started about 6 years ago. Do a lot of charity rides and, do some rides ourselves. And we like to help people and get out and about.
Good deal, man. And I just want to encourage you, if you do know somebody that's gone through it, that has gone through surviving suicide or has somebody they've lost to suicide, just like my brother right here, man, you need to support those people. There's an isolation that comes with that is absolutely horrible. It's the worst. It's the worst nightmare you could imagine. Man, brother, I just thank you so much for coming out here and supporting this cause.
Thank you for being here.
So Daryl, I noticed your shirt first off. I noticed your shirt because today is a ride where we want people to have no worries. So why did you wear this shirt today?
Actually, for that same purpose. The shirt came from Australia. I've lost several family members from suicide, and it's fitting. So.
It's definitely fitting. I want everybody to know that this is what we need, especially on a day like today when we're bringing awareness to suicide. Just remember, no worries. There's always somebody out there for you you can call or you can get a hold of. So please, no worries.
Hey, it's Thursday Night Bike Night. I'm here with Dan Yohe. He's the official realtor of Steel Horse Thunder. You know, Dan, we got a chance to meet you a few weeks ago. Tell me a little bit about the services that you provide.
Well, obviously, I'm here to help represent anyone, whether you're looking to buy the home of your future or to sell the current home that you're in. I'm happy to answer any questions that anybody has for me. No obligation at all. And if you want to know what your home's worth, happy to help you with that. If you have questions about inspections or what to get prepared for, I'm happy to help you with that as well.
Good deal. And I know we see you out here at Bike Night quite a bit. I know you're going to be at some of the rides this year, and you're pretty easily approachable. And so when you see Dan out there, if you got some questions, make sure you stop by and talk to him.
Absolutely.
You have been injured in an automobile collision, and suddenly your vocabulary has been expanded to include terms totally unfamiliar to you. We know accidents can be overwhelming to the injured victims and their families. You know you can put your trust in the familiar faces of Ladendorf Law. We take care of you and your family so that you can focus on recovering from your injuries. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
All right, Geneva, I saw you ride in here. Obviously, you're a very pretty lady, so you get people's attention when you come up on a motorcycle. It's, to me, nothing sexier than a woman that rides her own bike. How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been riding since I was 5 and started riding big bikes back in late 90s, and I've been riding ever since. Sold my bike. I had a custom Fat Boy. I sold it, I believe, back in 2010, 2011. And decided to get another one. So had this one about a month now, and it's fun.
It's a big motorcycle.
Yes, it is. I can handle it.
And that's true, because I saw you pull up here and I saw you back it up uphill into gravel. So that's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
What kind of riding do you like to do?
Well, I haven't really done any long hauls. I mean, I've ridden to Harley's 100th anniversary party on an old bike, but just mainly just little rides, charity rides for money. That's kind of what I do.
That's cool, and that's the thing. Find out what you enjoy doing, and you do that. Some people like to take long trips all the way out from coast to coast. Other people like to, run down to the southern Indiana for a weekend, and other people like to do the charity rides. That's what it's all about. Do you have any plans of something? You got a bucket list or something like that?
I do want to take a long trip on it. It's my first time owning a touring model, so yep, planning it.
It makes a big difference to go from a Fat Boy long haul or on something like this long haul. You're gonna like that a lot.
Yep, it's like a Cadillac.
Yes, it is. Well, that's cool, man. I hope you have many, many miles. I hope you get that bucket list, and I hope you get a chance to take a big trip. What are you thinking, Sturgis, or are you thinking just out west, up north?
Probably south. Somewhere south.
South is good. South is good. It's all good. When you're on a motorcycle and you stay off the interstate, it's all good.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
All right, thank you.
The attorneys at Ladendorf Law have over 100 years of experience in personal injury and wrongful death litigation. Call us at Ladendorf Law. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Don't look now. Crambo's isn't just paint. It's your one-stop shop for motorcycle gear, parts, and service. Crambo's, voted the Indy A-List #1 motorcycle shop 2 years running, has expanded with the state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment for tuning your fuel-injected Harley and a new paint facility to make your bike stand out from all the others. Crambo's also has a new retail area complete with leather, chrome, audio, and all your parts and service needs. Crambo's, voted #1 for a reason.
This is a standard lawyer commercial. This is a dramatic shot of me walking down the hallway. This is a stage scene of me talking to clients, even though they're not actual clients. This is the closing shot in my office, where I say my catchphrase, looking professional and confident. Look, all lawyer commercials are the same, but not all lawyers are the same. Ladendorf Law has been involved in the motorcycle community for over 35 years, with many more years to come. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
So Jason, we're here at Bike Night. You came out unfortunate circumstances. I've never met your son, but I did get to see him, and I am excited about being able to meet him in the days to come. Tell me about why you are here today.
We're here today because he was involved in a pretty bad crash on an off weekend. He's a professional flat track motorcycle racer. This was an off weekend for us. He bumped another guy's tire in front of him, went down. Unfortunately, a rider behind him had nowhere to go, run him over. Extensive injuries, 2 collapsed lungs, broken clavicle, broken scapula, multiple broken ribs, lacerated liver. He was taken to Terry Hall Hospital, which was 2 minutes away from the track, from what I understand. They did what they could do for him there. He then got airlifted to IU Methodist Hospital in Indianapolis, where they had a trauma team waiting on him. They had to hook him up to a special machine called an ECMO machine, which, from what I understand, is a lifesaver. The team, these guys really did a good job on him. They didn't count this kid to make it. Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday it was slim. He's jumped every hurdle that we've had. They said he wouldn't make it through surgery. He did. They said he wouldn't make it on the helicopter ride over. He did. They was iffy about making if he was going to be able to be hooked up to the machine, if he was going to make that or not. He did. As a 19-year-old kid, he's tough. He does this. He's been doing it since he's 4 years old. It's a love for the sport. He knows it's dangerous. We're hoping for the best. Everything's moving in a forward process. We're getting good news from the doctors, the surgeons. They're happy with his progress. His lungs are healing already. They got him off his blood pressure medicine. His blood pressure's maintaining. They're looking to get him off the ECMO machine tomorrow, maybe his ventilation machine the following day. We're looking to, they're trying to wake this kid up. My oldest son's here, Zachary. He just got a text from my oldest daughter, who is at the hospital right now. She said he's opening his eyes right now. He's making progress. He wants to get up. He wants to get out of bed, you know. And I know he's not ready for it, but we've had an overwhelming support group through Facebook. People that we don't even know. There's 250,000 people praying for this kid. Your husband Scott, he's been there. He doesn't know Parker from anybody. He told me he felt like he needed to come and talk to this kid, and he did. And he wrapped his hands around him, and I think you can't beat the word of prayer. It works. I appreciate everybody out there who's doing it for us.
Hammer, you're out here on your bike. Dude, what brings you out to Thursday Night Bike Night here? What brings you out here?
I'll tell you, this is our release. You know, this is, you work hard every day, all week long. You look forward to getting some decent weather so you can come out for a bike night, spend some time with the community. You know, this is what it's all about. This is what we do to network, I guess is the best way to say it. And we were blessed with a great day today, and we're going to enjoy some time, do a little decompression.
Now, Hammer, I know you're with the Bombs. I've always said the Bombs do a fantastic job. You do the Rams ride. I know it's always the first Saturday. I'm not going to screw it up on you, okay? I'm going to let you tell us about the Rams ride.
Rams ride is always the first Saturday in August, so this year it's going to be August the 4th. We're going to come out of Indy West Harley-Davidson. Our good friends there are a chrome sponsor for the ride. We've got several sponsors we're very proud of. Hope we can have as big a turnout, and some weather like this would certainly help as well. But everything we do, all proceeds go to multiple sclerosis research. So we write a big check at the end of the ride, and it all goes to the National Multiple Sclerosis Foundation. So we've been doing it since 2008 was our first ride, so we're up to number 11 already. Scotty, we're getting old, buddy.
Wow. You know, very few rides last that long, man. I'm telling you, to go 11 years, that's something big right there. Something very big, and it lets you know what you're doing something right.
Well, I tell you, it's a labor of love, really. Everything we do is voluntary. All the giveaways that we do, all the raffles, everything is donated so that we can get to that magic 100% back to the cause. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is happening with some of these charities is we want to donate as much as we can, and we put the effort forth. We put the time in. We spend an entire year to put on a one-day event so that we can get as much of that money back to the cause as possible. And I tell you what, I'm extremely proud to say that Rams Ride in 2016, 2017, we donated back 100% of the proceeds.
All right, man, we're here at Heavy's Bar and Grill. It's Thursday night bike night, Steel Horse Thunder style, like we always do every Thursday night. And you never know who you're going to bump into when you're at bike night up here. There's always a lot of bikes, a lot of people. Bill, you came in on the 25th anniversary of the Miracle Ride, and I've said it to you several times. Are you crazy? You don't come in on such a big stage and say, yeah, what the heck, I'll do it. How did it go?
It went fantastic. It was phenomenal. It was magical, quite honestly. We had 3,397 signed waivers this year, which is over 100 more than the year before. And with us getting older, this is the first time that we've seen an increase in the number of bikers. So I'm ecstatic about it. Absolutely ecstatic. Plus the fact that we have new sponsors. Comcast Cablevision, for example, is a new sponsor this year, and it's been a phenomenal relationship, just phenomenal.
That is awesome, and I know a lot of you guys were out there actually riding in this ride. It wasn't a matter of just saying, yeah, we're a sponsor and here's some money, but you guys actually participated in this. How was it for you guys?
Yeah, well, I'd love to take credit for it too and say like, oh, it's all my idea, but actually it was one of our employees, a guy who's one of our techs, who has been involved in, I think, 17 years. He's got 7 grandkids who've been through the Riley system. His wife went through the Riley system. So it's something that was really important to him. And the thing that was particularly great from the employer standpoint was to see employees come together around an employee like that. And that was the real humanizing part for me. I'm watching this and I'm like, oh man, it's such a touching event because, one of our guys is there, and then we've got people from, sales channels showing up. Obviously I was there, so I'm PR and there to help out and represent media, but some of our techs were there. I mean, it was like a really broad range of people. Guys from our network team, IT guys, they were all there and all represented. So that was a really cool thing to see all walks of life there. And definitely one of the biggest benefits of that ride, to intermingle with all the other different companies and people and individuals there as well.
Hey man, we've had an overwhelming response to our Patreon page. I'm telling you right now, 2 weeks from now, we're going to make an announcement of how everybody can get to it. We're going to plaster it all over our Facebook page. It'll be on the website. Everybody will be able to get to it. Give us a couple weeks. And remember, there's going to be 3 different levels. We're going to have a bronze level, which is $3, and it will get you a podcast that we're going to do just for our Patreon page people. And then if you get to the silver level, that's $10. You're going to get that same podcast along with the holiday gift basket. And then on the gold package, it's going to be $20 a month, but you're going to get the same stuff. You're going to get that podcast. You're going to get the gift basket, but you're also going to get some special perks for at the end of the year special party we're going to throw. So again, we're going to make that announcement in 2 weeks. It'll be all over our social media page. Keep an eye out for it. And remember, it's not what you ride, it's that you ride. Ready? Monday, look around.